I'm not hating.
That's mean.
It's almost all bands, though.
Hey, they made millions of dollars off it, so I'm not knocking it.
Alrighty, quiet on the set. We're getting ready to go live, boys and girls.
Leave the proclaimers alone.
What do you say?
I would walk, at least. I don't know what for, but it would.
Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB, Radio Free Britannia. And no other freaking better place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are, lunch with no other than the dynamic duo, Laz and Jack.
And greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
This is Jack. Welcome to another edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the news so you don't have to.
That's right, bringing you our own brand of news right here inside Shroud and Avatar 5 days a week for your listening and viewing entertainment and pleasure. Welcome everybody to Release 40. We are live in Release 40 right now. And of course, we've got some great updates for you. We got a whole bunch of news. We will be covering
Wee bit.
just a wee bit. And I tell you what, when Starr's Fast and Furious, I think this guy's like the White House, man, is the data dump that's been thrown out there today.
Don't forget the patch notes. The Release 40 is live. Then we also have the Q2 update.
That's right. The Q2 showed up this morning while we were getting prepped for the show. And we're not going to be covering that today, but for you guys who just want to know about it, the Q2 release notes are out. Don't think we're going to have any time to get that today. Today we're bringing you a little bit of a special show. Of course, we are here in our custom-built, big, wide-open arena over here, built to the 15-meter specification. Just so you guys are wondering what's going on here.
Not quite, not entirely built to the 15-meter specification.
Well,
mostly.
Basically, the bleachers are within the 15-meter parameter, and we are within the 15-meter parameter of. We are well within that means. We could actually be under the overhang here and still be within 15 meters, but we are not. So, Jack, what do you got out there on your side? What are you hearing on your stream at this moment?
Since I am almost 15 meters away, I'm at the top of the stairs. I hear you very faintly. It's one where, you know what? If this was a concert hall, we'd be so far back into the nosebleed section that we wouldn't be able to see you.
Well, you can see me at
I
least.
see you fine. I don't know why I can't hear you, because I can hear the game music. The game music cut in, cut out for a second.
Now, if you go to the far end of those bleachers where I see wind is heading, I'm just curious. What do we don't want you falling off.
Hey, don't hurt yourself.
I took some damage. It tells you my safe fall. The same thing. Now, like right at this corner, it's one where I can see you playing, and if I really focus in on listening, I can hear something.
Now, do you have self maxed on your volume level?
Oh, absolutely. I made sure of that. So it's the instrument volume is all the way up, as well as the music volume, or the master volume is all the way up.
Now, I've got to point out, Scrota and Dragger, you guys just in front of us. You guys should actually be able to hear something pretty well. I know Led Zepp is complaining that I'm blasting his ear out next to me.
Sounds fine here.
That sounds fine to me.
Now, we spoke about this, and this has been a big topic of contention with Jack and I and several other musical people out there. And this is now on one single lot, unlike what we have set up. And we're going to try that tomorrow in tomorrow's show, and we're going to see the differences there. I want to see if the lot lines still play a factor in this. But the bug was that, and let's bring that up real quick. I believe I have a copy of the report here. Increased audio range.
Also, don't forget the fun stuff. If you pan your camera around while you're looking, it's like, yeah, I can really play with this, William. Because if I am actually looking at the house that is to the west, I can barely hear you. But for some reason, if my camera is sitting essentially on top of your head and I'm looking out towards the water, I can hear you fine. If I point the camera at you, I can hear you fine. But if I point at the house or the balloon,
our chief complaint was the range was not far enough, and
it's really not, because like if I am in a player-owned town and I'm giving out a concert, and you start thinking how many people actually have access to town lots versus we're playing in some sort of arena, this is the smallest arena you can possibly have.
No. This is the largest arena you could possibly.
This is the largest you can currently have for the musical volume. But if you were building an arena as a player, and you're building an arena because you want to like put on shows, you want to put on stage shows, how many people can we fit in one set of bleachers?
Now, I also want to point out, this is a single town-size lot with a row house on it. It's nothing big, it's nothing special, with the bleachers in the front yard. Now, if I was inclined to build an arena with a stage, I wouldn't have a house on here, and I would have the bleachers off to one side, and I would have an elaborate stage, which would most likely wind up way back over here. Or even in a better case, I would have the bleachers running up along this side with the stage across the way, and nobody would hear nothing. Okay, this is the biggest set of stadium you can make for pretty decent listening, and we think that this is just not good enough.
It's insufficient. It really is, insufficient is the best word for it, because if I am playing on a lot and you're running through town and you are 15 meters away, you should be able to hear what I'm playing. Now, Laz, since people on my stream got to hear what I was hearing, it's time for you to.
Now, I want to go ahead and showcase the mighty Gix Fargosh out here. He's hanging out in his cool new garb, which I was showing.
Obsidian clothes?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they're looking pretty sharp out here.
That looks sexy.
I'm glad he decided to wear one of the masks that Laz and Jack will not pick on him for wearing.
Although he's wearing the wrong mask. Because he's wearing definitely the wrong obelisk. Unless he really isn't. He might like the flail. He really may like the flail.
Now, I want to point out for those folks on my stream, you are listening to the music. I have not adjusted my volume as of yet. And for those of you guys listening on the radio and watching the show, I haven't touched my volume settings. You now hear what Jack is playing next to me, which is almost non-existent at my volume level. Okay. And just again, to kick that in, I'm going to just override him for a second to show you the difference in what I hear at my volume level. I'm going to adjust mine way up in a minute.
Okay.
And at my volume level now, that's just a little louder, but I've gotten it down so that it's not killing everybody in the background, which is about normal what I listen to. So I don't want to listen now.
Whereas
I'm
whenever
gonna
I adjust the
crank
volumes,
mine all the way up first, and this is what it sounds like when I play. But of course, you guys now listening on the radio are going to be competing with Jack and my voice over the music, so bear with us for a minute. And now, Jack, would you go ahead and bring your...
Okay. So I also had my volume sliders up on the screen.
Another thing is that the volume is
my
different on that
custom
song. if I recall.
jukebox is set to play, but it doesn't seem to be...
How about this one? What I just typed in was play Winches of Mead. Does this sound like Winches of Mead?
I don't know. Not to me.
That's the song you played before.
But anyway, this is out at full volume. And again, we're going to walk up and see. I get up to the top of the stairs. Full volume, barely audible. Barely. When I take a step back, you become totally unaudible to me at this point. And again, now we are within the 15-meter range, and that's straight out. Now, if I go over here, I have absolutely nothing, and the game music should still kick back in, which it's not doing. So it's hooking, but we're not hearing anything. And there's the game music.
I would play that same song if I had any choice in the song that I was playing.
That's a new bug. Must be.
But I just gotta say, for everybody's vision of being able to throw.
Hey, do you have that sheet music for that song that you were playing?
500 miles.
Yes, I would walk 500.
I do not have it in sheet music. Shroud is probably the guy to talk to for that.
I can give you a blank if you'd like.
We're prepared.
Do you have a copy of? I would.
His was different than mine.
Nice preparation here.
Hey.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah, tell him, Jeff. Tell him. Oh, this does. There you go. Now you're getting lucky.
Yeah. I mean, just that way we're playing the same song. Like somebody wants. The funny thing is, I can type in. Oh, that's pretty.
Thank you, Schroeder. Yeah, I can do that.
And then give it to him.
I can make a copy for you and give that. Yeah.
Yes.
This way we can. 500 miles.
Come on. Yeah, I know. You're killing me, Smalls. Killing me.
Hey, I gotta make it, and
yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Fully prepared. Fully prepared.
Hey, people are getting a tutorial out of this.
Morning, Arius. Morning, Arius.
And why can't I
How's it
get
going?
rid of that now?
It's going great.
Patching.
Yes.
How you doing today?
Patching away.
Okay, so let me just make sure this works.
I missed what he typed to pull that up to make the copy. I've never seen this done before, by the way.
What's that?
Copying sheet music.
Yes, once you have your ABC file and you have sheet music, it will prompt you where to get it, where to take it from to import it. So now you have the same exact song.
Yes.
And at max volume. Now again, because of the game volume, I usually listen at this level. And of course, people will go, okay, we can hear you talk, we can hear you do this, we can hear you do that. And I'm going to show you the semantics of this in a second. So again, at max volume, top of the stairs, I can hear you.
Yeah, very
not
faintly.
well.
very faintly.
And once I step back here, you're so faint it's ridiculous. And of course, if I step all the way back, you pretty much disappear out of the range altogether.
Yeah.
Now again, this is still within 15 meters. This isn't at the max, which is what kills me. Go ahead and stop playing now, because I want the town music to kick in. Because the town music is what's going to key everybody in. When you hear this town music at this level, this becomes a big annoyance throughout the day because it's constantly in your ear. It's constantly very loud. And I'm struggling just to get my voice over this for you guys. It's just not convenient to listen to at that level. That's
What?
the level I
can't
have
hear
to
you.
listen to.
Can you speak up, Laz?
Huh?
I can't
Can you
hear
hear
you over
me
the
now?
game volume.
Can you hear me now?
I'm going deaf. Yeah.
I thought you were
Let me turn
already
my
dead.
hearing
What
aid
if
up.
somebody wants? What if
anyway.
someone wants to jam to the music though?
I think, well, see, nobody's going to hear the music if I'm sitting here playing and they're walking by going to the major shop. It's sort of the point, There could be a major event going on, and no sooner does somebody, literally, somebody who's living in this house here has no idea that there's a concert going on, which may be the intended point, but I would think that to attract attention, that you would want people to hear from a further range, not within this little small confines.
Public nuisance, that's what you are.
Now, this was addressed that they had increased the range from 10 to 15 meters. And again, I don't think anybody's comprehending what the
other thing is,
length of that is.
the other thing is you also have to remember how long is a meter versus how long is a foot.
Correct.
And this is something that I don't know as many people have they really paid attention to it.
Is this the evil math portion of the game where Jack lies down to tell us how big he is?
Yeah, yes, it is. Because
What?
so
how about we get other avatars to lay
inches.
down next to you, and we can measure that way.
yeah, so the real question is like how many avatars would it take to lie down head to toe across
and cover 10 meters, because the
Or
beginning
15.
to end is 10 meters. Looks like we have plenty of volunteers here.
Oh yeah.
Wrong way. There we go.
Well, Skirta just needs to smidge, but still.
This is
Not
too
going
fun.
there. Not going there.
Just the tip. Yeah, so it's one where if you really think about this, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters that take up 15
Approximately
meters.
10 meters. No, 10.
10 meters.
10 wide,
Yeah.
15 long.
Yeah. So unadjusted, each player is 6 foot 5
Plus.
inches.
Yes.
6 foot 5 inches.
Well, we're tall.
Yeah,
This
we are
is
huge.
NVNN Shroud Avatar math, by the way.
Yeah.
So don't take this math too seriously, folks. Yes, this is.
So I'm like normal
Fuzzy,
size.
fuzzy.
You all are like monstrous.
What happened to Jack? Okay,
Wait,
I see.
I'm in the seat, man. I'm in the seat. I'm sitting
Now-
down.
Is you blanked on the stream for a minute for me?
Well, I
there.
disappeared. All right, it's all good. It's all good.
You're back now. Anyway, we're just putting a plea out there to really listen to exactly what some of these bug reports and complaints are, please, for the betterment of the game. When we do these broadcasts, we're telling you from a streamer's point, but I can take you out to the amphitheater that was built for the game that I don't believe is open yet. And this is not going to work in the pre-made amphitheater. This is not going to work in the amphitheater in Black Rock Cove. This is not going to work in any of those other scenes. Everybody is going to have to be crammed in. Now,
Oh, yeah.
our initial thoughts was to jam everybody into the row house and have a good laugh, but we wanted to give people an actual live demo of really what the major concern was. So.
Yeah, and as List points out that the basis
Default height
for
is?
the default for world building is on a 0.8 meter standard. So essentially, what we are is 2 meters times 0.8 by default. So that's the default height, and I maximize characters.
Yes, so do I.
Yeah, because it for some reason it was easier to jump on top of things. Way back early on.
Early on, we believed that there was such a thing, but that was.
Now you got my attention.
It was the truth, man. The truth back then.
It was real. It was real.
It was real.
Yes, and again, we understand that the math is not a precise science when it comes to these measurements.
We just want just call it out.
We just want something more realistic and feasible, so that when we do our shows, people can, people walking by our lot. You guys are out there every single day. People who walk by in the street cannot hear a guy playing a piano, and we're right there up front, and we think that's not right.
So
well, see, and therein lies the problem, because we are sold, and this is why we base this.
Yeah.
These houses are based on a 10 by 15 lot dimension. So I base this all on the meters that you guys give us.
You know what?
This is supposed to be 15 meters.
I almost want to say that they should change it to 10 by 15. And then
now we're going to get into the. Are we going to get into the metrics versus imperials now? Are we going to get into the imperial?
Yeah, metrics versus imperials.
Yeah, what's meters?
Or they should actually come up with a new math or new mathematical.
Chris is going to hate us for just.
I know.
That's not how the math works, man.
NBF, New Britannian feet. Yeah.
NBF. There we go. Anyway, moving right along. Thank you for listening and joining in on this live
Soapbox only lasted 20 minutes.
It's very, very important live demonstration for your entertainment pleasure. But again, we do this show 5 days a week on the lot, and when people come by and stop and look at our vendors and there's somebody playing a piano and they can't hear them, that's a problem. I mean, because they miss what's going on. We're right there. They can see us. They wonder why there's a bunch of people sitting there silently, and they run about their business going, these people are kooks. But we're kooks. I'm not arguing.
My initial proposal was for the sound range to be 30 meters, which is the length of a village lot. So take up that space. I mean, and then if you think about like having a band play a show, if you do what the band Shroud does at times, where he has 4 different players, and he can space them out, and he can cover a much larger area.
Now,
that's fun to do.
Yeah, I could have put a stage up here, which would have left absolutely no room for a dance floor, unless you wanted them dancing, because the stage would have eaten all that up.
Well, see, I need my security barrier, because there's no telling what the people are going to be doing.
You're breaking my immersion. I need a dance floor between the stage and
my
the
security
bleachers.
barrier. I need my security barrier, because you know what? I need to put security there, because I don't need the mosh pit to get too out of control.
Yeah, you're always right in the middle of the mosh pit causing trouble. What are you talking about? I don't want to hear that.
Just because I almost lost my tongue face planting a stage doesn't mean anything.
Keep it in your mouth. Keep it in your mouth next time, Jack.
Well, I was crowd surfing, and then they ended up pushing me up and over. Then the security and grabbed my feet, yanked me, and
flipped them over.
Flipped me over, and then I just face first into the stage. Yeah.
Yes,
gotta keep your tongue in your mouth. Keep
always
your
fun.
Your mouth next time.
Yes, when working security at a concert at the fence, we always handle people coming over very lightly. Yes, we try and make sure that their safety is first and foremost.
Throw a few punches in there,
and drag them down and slam them to the next.
That's what you got elbows for. Shit.
Anyway,
Yeah.
moving right along. Thank you for partaking and joining with us for that little demonstration. Again, we went ahead and put this little stadium arena
I hear someone
together.
playing somewhere.
I don't hear a thing.
Oh,
if somebody is playing somewhere, I hear
it's
nothing.
Drake. Drake is playing. But like,
is he?
Yes. Since I adjusted my sound volumes and I'm not looking directly at him, it's like,
yeah, barely, and again.
How's the radio? Is the radio good distance? Does that work good?
Yeah, see, now you got to swing the camera around, and again, that's another problem. This damn audio lock to the camera. I'm not even going to get in that soapbox because we do actually have some real news that we got to give the boys
are
and
you
girls
talking about
today.
like release 40 patch notes?
Yeah, like patch notes.
Drake, that is so much better. Thank you. Make sure you put that music box right up on his shoulder. Because Laz likes it when it's right up on his shoulder.
And I tell you what, at my normal volume level, I can barely hear that because, at the level that's good for me, good for the audience, good for everybody. And I'm not by any means this audio. I've got a quarter of the audio up. Just not right.
Hey.
Just not right, Jackie.
I'm aware. I feel your pain, man. I feel your pain because every day you've got the audio right behind you, and I actually have to swing my camera around just so that way I can catch the audio.
Yeah. And again, this is on a single lot. We haven't done the double lot. We'll do that tomorrow. Yeah, but anyway.
Oh, you double lot tomorrow. And because there's that 5 meter space between. We can't do anything about because you know what? They decided to add spaces between the lots and outside.
Well, that was actually sort of a blessing in disguise, but that's another thing.
Not really. I mean,
hey, bank access was worth every penny of it. And I tell you what.
Hey.
Yeah, I got an alleyway, a personal alley to the bank. I can't argue it.
You have the road right there, anyways.
Well, going through the alley or going around all the buildings. I like going through the alley.
Alleyway's air conditioned.
Back alley man.
Yes. That alley was always there.
You never. No, it wasn't. The alley wasn't always there. Not until they spaced it. Nope, it was not.
Well, they completely messed that up, anyways, because I mean that alley is. There's other buildings on both sides.
Well, again, is that happened releases ago. Speaking of releases, today is release 40, as we said at the top of the show. And who is that up there? I love this shit, I tell you.
What's up where?
Somebody's up in the, I got to put the names up. Oh, Mac Tane. Mac's up in the second floor, dancing in the window.
Okay. Yeah.
In the background. That's what we got to do. We got to put dancers in the windows in the background. There we go.
Some light sources.
Yeah.
It's like the red light district in Snug Harbor.
Oh,
everybody get you. There you go. So you put a light.
That's the whole district. What are you talking about?
I love this shit. I tell you.
Yeah, don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Let's get there. We go.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Providing your entertainment pleasure, folks, like nobody's business, right here on.
And unfortunately, they're all going to be not seen for a little bit as we bring up the Release 40 instructions. Don't forget, Release 40 just came out today. Big news. Release 40.
Big news.
Patches will be incoming very, very soon. So if you are on 576, expect things to change in about.
And for the Donnie Brascows of the world, yes, we are going to have several patches over the weekend. So between now and Monday, I'm sure. So
yeah, a patch or two later today. Patch probably tomorrow. Maybe if things are horribly broken, and so
hopefully we're not going to see too many of those at all.
Hopefully not.
It's going to be keeping our fingers across that this is going to be one of them really nice, smooth releases. Again, the amount of content that these guys have been cranking out has been phenomenal. And to Liz, to Gix, to you guys who hang out with us on a daily basis, we appreciate all the little goodies you got to share with us. And I appreciate all the insights you give us when we talk about the mad stuff like this, and not, being too defensive about it, because you guys know it's all lighthearted. We're just trying to, provide the entertainment factor, plus just put things into perspective, because sometimes you got to see it to understand what the conundrum is. And we try and provide that for folks. But we love the amount of content that's been being pumped out. Starr was not joking when he said what? Fast and Furious.
Starr says it much better. Release 40 is so full of so many important changes, it's hard to know where to begin. The Obsidian Kabbalists are now spreading their vileness throughout New Britannia. Weapons can now be placed as decorations. We have shifted more of our focus to improving the new user experience. There are tons of new patterns both in-game and out. And we finally upgraded to Unity 5.5, which should address some major AMD issues. Like if you have an AMD processor, you might be able to play the game again. Yay!
That's right.
Only been a year and a half for that. Yeah. So,
and early reports prior to the release, again, we couldn't talk about all that stuff beforehand, but early reports are good that some of those folks who had that problem are now able to log in and play. And welcome to the world of Novia for those of you guys who have been game blocked via the AMD bug. Glad to see you guys joining us out there, and hope you all come and visit and see what you all been missing out there. If you've been living vicariously through Laz and Jack, please continue to do so while you join us in studio on your AMD processor. Or is it the graphics cards?
Killing me.
Man, this show's
I don't see a UI slider. I'm sad.
For what?
For the game, a UI slider to,
to like disable like the grass, things like that.
No, a UI slider to make all the UI windows smaller to be able to shrink the text and everything.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah,
interface improvements are much needed.
Well, what do we have on user interface and new user experience, Smalls?
Well, new user experience, we have the plans for the building of these scenes. That's not going to happen this release. Expect that next release. They're shifting a large amount of resources towards improving the new user experience for several years. The backers have been providing feedback about the new user experience, and it wasn't until the free trial that the backers' opinions were finally validated, and they need to go back and work on that. And so there are going to be lots of changes for new users, which include fewer skills. The players are now delayed being introduced to some of the more advanced features, like the deck building stuff. They're going to gradually release some of that information to players, but that's all part of the new and improved new user experience.
Now,
more information on that is later in the post.
That's right. I like some of the new changes, and we'll get to those. We don't want to miss those, because I got another good laugh coming down the line.
Oh, there's tons of good laughs in here. Unity 5.5. Yeah.
This one is probably the best one. Should I just jump right to auto defend? Let's just do it.
No. Stop it.
Stop. I'm gonna do it.
Stop it.
Wouldn't be prudent.
Okay, it's now time for us to talk about the calendar. Thank you for watching today.
Wouldn't be prudent.
Okay.
Hey, you got the crowd mad. They want to know.
1,000 points a light.
1,000 points a lie. Got my son over here in the car. Shut up, Junior.
Read my lips. No new taxes.
Ain't gonna do it.
Okay. So, moving right along, since no one's typing that in for us. Don't forget, Unity 5.5 was upgraded, but look forward to the Unity 5.6 upgrade. Unity 5.6 should be a significant game changer for any game that's built on the Unity engine. And that should be coming sometime probably next month. Obsidian Kabbalist, don't forget new anti-virtues, and they're laying siege on the QA server. I will let you guys know that my player-owned account, which is also up for sale, was sieged at least twice by the Kabbalists, and I only have one thing out there, so I was kind of happy about that.
It's a moon thing, eh?
Not telling you. You need to go pay attention to Bone Bloodgood and hang out with him about how these
is. I'm just saying.
Hey, you need to spend some quality time with him. Find out how the sieges are actually tied towards.
Spend quality time with Bowen when the stars align properly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Killing me. Okay, don't forget weapons and weapon decorations and new patterns. Weapons are now finally decorations. So go out, place your weapons on the ground.
Big somewhere.
We've been waiting for that.
Store,
not everything has been placed as a deco item yet, but so there may be a few things that are not, but most of it has been done. They've also added new patterns to the game, such as the Obsidian Kabbalist artifacts, hoods, weapons, boots, robes, Kopesh, Norgard axe, Imperial heater shields, etc. So check out the add-on store for lots of new information. Skipping down to the actual post. Story. Let's cross out a bunch of it and then go to the Path of Love. I'm sorry. They will also be refactoring the tutorial system. Story, we're crossing out a bunch of it, and then we're going to refactor the tutorial system to improve the new user experience. Then Path of Love, spoiler.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
There are now visual effects showing the crystal cage shattering when you free Sequana in Malice. In addition, the quest itself has been edited for clarity and hints added through the new current tasks user interface on how to progress through the section. Out in Esgard and Harvest, all NPCs living in Esgard and Harvest not directly related to the story and or quest now have unique names and conversations. Note that they don't yet have schedules or patrols. Some of those were created by player names as part of the Create an NPC pledge reward. So if you have Dev Plus access, you have that privilege. New user experience. They've begun refactoring and polishing the new user experience to make starting the game much less overwhelming and easier to understand. This includes multiple new features like on-screen task list, fewer starting skills, blocking many features until later, auto-defend.
What's auto-defend, do you say?
All new players are actually starting out in combat mode. They start out in combat mode, so if anybody comes up and swings at them, they automatically start attacking. Wait, did I just say auto attack?
You mean auto defend? Is auto attack working the way it was intended?
No, it's been renamed. It's been renamed.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, it's been renamed to auto defend
properly, folks. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't believe it.
Well,
I don't believe trying to give it a new term of auto defend.
Well, you also have to remember all these characters are starting out in combat mode, so they're going
starting
to have their
out
sword
in
out.
auto attack mode, and they're not starting out in combat mode. Auto attack is set on by default. Make sure you understand.
They're in combat mode. They are in combat mode.
You start the world in a defensive stance with your sword drawn? No.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, I got to look at that one then. Anyway, regardless, if you are not sitting there with your sword drawn,
somewhere else,
will now automatically draw your sword and engage in combat, which is basically auto attack.
Yeah.
Of course, you don't hit your target. Your target's
in this massive post. he goes into more detail about the
it's
new
further
user.
down.
I'm talking like way down at the bottom.
Auto defend trademark. Thank you list.
Auto defend,
okay,
auto attack. It sounds like the whole system's based off of politicians.
Okay,
Right, that's what I was thinking.
So Laz, what I did is I scrolled all the way down to the NUE auto defend. Okay.
Yep.
Which
Let's
is
get down there.
way down through the post.
Way down. Yeah. Gonna run right down the list. Yes.
When you've got the new user experience journal task list, which we can all see on our screens right now, unless we right click on things.
I can't see that task list on my screen.
Oh, you already right clicked off of it?
No, I got it on auto high.
So listen to all the stuff for the new starters. Fewer starting skills. Where they are reducing the number of skill players start with to a single or at most 2 active skills so that new players are not overwhelmed.
So they can choose for themselves. Yes. Great move. Great move.
Gated combat user interface features. We are going to start everyone with a locked combat bar that is always visible and that uses auto attack. More advanced combat features will come online for the player via quests from combat trainers as players advance. Existing characters are not affected by this change. Now, if your combat bar is up, that means you're in combat.
No.
Hey, you're not in combat if your combat bar's not up?
Not half the time. Well, I don't want to even talk about that one. That's a topic for another whole show.
Wait. That cooldown is later on in there somewhere.
Well, that's again. We're going to be covering this for the next few days because there's so much. We may not get to Q2 notes until mid next week. Right now, with all the information we have to cover with it.
Okay, so then from there, so everybody's going to be starting with the combat deck is the only deck that they have access to. The passive deck is going to be something that comes later. Then. Let's see. Remember, existing characters are not changed. So free attack, the option to use free attack instead of auto attack will be the first combat feature players can learn from a combat trainer. So now auto attack is enabled by default. Okay.
I said that 5 minutes ago.
I'm aware.
Okay.
Utility bar.
Putting that up.
Utility bar. The non-combat bar, which they're naming the utility bar, can also be learned with the ability to add a non-combat bar to their screen like they have now. So you have to learn that after the starting sync. Combat decks, the third and most complex feature to be unlocked will be the ability to build and equip a deck.
Gold sync.
Oh, jeez.
Hopefully not. Players who are...
it's 100 gold, 100 gold, 100 gold, right?
I know, gold sync. So new players, auto defend, players who are in auto attack mode, which all new players default to, will now automatically unsheathe their weapon and begin auto attacking their attacker when attacked if they are not already in combat mode.
Thank you. So
if they don't have a weapon,
so
is auto attack.
Yeah.
Where did auto defend become? This is what everybody's been screaming about, and now they decided to give it a name and fix it.
Hey! Not only that, but remember,
nobody said they fixed it.
Remember what Starr used to call it? Easy mode.
Well, yeah. Again, easy mode.
We're not going to enable easy mode ever.
English teacher, let's look at these 2 words. Auto attack. What does auto attack mean? Okay.
It means non-auto target.
Okay, so semantically there is a difference between auto attack and auto defend.
Okay. So yeah,
so semantically, okay. Semantically, we're gonna have to break this down for Laz.
You
So,
pull out a shield and you stand there and go, "Get away
That's
from me!
right.
Get away from me!" And then you run.
Well,
Shield up and I
auto
cower in a corner.
we have to explain this for Laz.
What
Auto attack
is? What is?
I pull out my
Auto
swords,
attack is like a
I
credit
run
card.
up
You
to
don't
that
ever leave
bunny,
your home
and I
without it.
automatically hit it. Okay?
Right.
Auto defend is I run up to Laz, I smack him, then he smacks me back.
That's right.
Jesus Christ! I need a beer. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Well, what about auto target?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I'm just happy to see.
That's the tab key again.
game.
That's the tab key.
Oh, we got who's on the tab key. Did you hear about that one? Let's talk
saw
about
that
that.
I don't know what you're talking about, Smalls. Hey. We need
That's
to
another
get through.
great
We
one.
need to get through some of this. I mean, are we going to scroll
Oh
all the way
no,
back
the
up?
tab key is now your auto default. You can
Bullshit.
actually-
Bullshit.
They
I swear to God.
rebound
Get outta
back
here.
to tab. They rebound that shit back to tab.
Just
That's
to-
what
It's
dumb
the
fucker right
end
there.
of the world as we know it.
Now,
Twist that arm, huh?
Again, as we're making fun of all this,
Oh,
you guys
man.
got to understand that
It's
these are major strides for all the new players coming in. It took the new player
hey, it was
freebie trial to point out and hammer home a lot of these things that we've been saying for over a year. And we're just having a good time with it because it's finally nice to see
I don't know
a
why
lot
you're
of this stuff
qualifying your
coming in.
statements like that.
What's that?
I don't know why you're qualifying your statements like that.
Well, again, we've been asking for the auto attack to work properly. I don't care if they want to call it auto defend. It now works the way we would like it to be working as auto attack. I'm sorry.
I have no
You know,
problems with
tab
these
targeting should have been by default. It should have never been moved several months ago in the first place.
Well, I'm aware. I'm aware of both
These are
things.
all great
We
strides.
have pulled out the soapbox on both of them on multiple occasions over
Several
the past year.
occasions. That's right.
At least a dozen times for each of them. So if we scroll back up, don't forget the Run Ruins, one of the six ruined cities in Novia dating back to the Obsidian Order that's going into the game. It started out as a clone of the Diceborg Ruins. It was completely rebuilt. Serpent Spine Mines has actually been moved
Don't go
to
there. Don't go there.
that has been moved from the grasslands that it was in now to the Serpent Spine foothills are now the foothills to the Serpent
Spiff's not
Spine
in the room,
Mountains.
is he?
Hey, no, it was moved to where they're shown on the friggin' map that they keep on drawing. It took Lord British putting that Jira in because I told him to.
Hey man, it's not where it's supposed to be on the map. Well, yeah, that's a no-brainer. We should fix that.
And then I said, hey, well, if I put that bug report in, it's going to get ignored. But if you put that Jira in, it get acted on.
That's right.
Okay.
And of
Yeah.
course, that's gonna help you when you sell that townhouse.
I don't know. Well, if that town moves and then I reacquire my town, then I can move it. Then it helps me.
Moving.
So don't forget
right along.
devotional shrines. They look like shrines. You can go bathe in the front of them.
Don't tell Zeke that.
Oh, what?
He's gonna be bathing in everybody's shrines across the country now.
Yes.
About time.
Yes, he is.
About time he took a bath.
Fine. That he needs the bath. I mean, what can I say? I mean, you know what? Everybody that needs a bath, go find your local devotional shrine, jump inside of it, go ahead and sit down. Don't forget to get underneath the underarm deodorant and the frontal areas. Yes. Yeah. Skrek has been updated with the King Korobar as well as his animation. I know Laz is not a fan of him, but I am.
You mean the Kobold Pimp King?
Yes. Yeah. Hey, you know what?
The Pimp King?
You know what? It's good to be the king, man. It's good to be the king.
It's good to be the king, I tell you.
Exactly.
Oh, piss boy.
That's right. So it is good to be the king, and he is definitely wearing the gold to say that. Yes.
Hey, did anybody ever tell you look like the piss boy?
Oh. Although, I'm going to drive down to Florida.
Come on, Mel Blancs. It's good to be the king. Piss boy.
I am going to drive down to Florida one day, and I'm going to fart in your general direction. I'm going to fart in your general direction right now.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah. So, town sieges, there is now much better messaging about the siege completion flag set it. Disappearing after the catapult has no engineer. And lifting the siege, blah, blah, blah. Xenos has a new feature that allows interactive teleporters to offer a list to multiple destinations within the same scene and teleport the player to any of them without forcing a scene. Our first use of the feature is an improved ferry boat network for Xenos. Out in Ardoris, like Xenos mentioned above, the gondola boat network in Ardoris has received an overhaul utilizing drop-down list teleporters to connect multiple locations. Scene. Greater Brittany boat interconnections. Lots more teleporter stuff. Much like the wagons and the balloons they have added in Release 39, the Brittany neighborhood scenes now have a drop-down list teleporter boat at the docks of each scene. These boats provide access. Yeah. So...
yeah. What color are the sails?
Hot pink. Red? I don't know.
Orange.
Orange. Oh, orange.
Oh, yeah. We now have a different colored sail out there for these teleporters.
You
so now
know
we
what?
have red and blue, orange, white.
I still want the teleporters on, or like the boats on the overworld map to have those red, like the ferries that are supposed to take you, say, from Elysium to Airy or Elysium to Well region. That to actually have a red flag, or the Brittany to Hidden Vale, that needs a red flag as well, of not having any flags.
Good point. Very good point.
It's like a drop down list
goes
now.
to a major point.
Yeah.
Well, see, those boats actually have 0 flags, which is really even more so confusing. So you have a valid point of making them red.
I'm kind of curious, if they fix the exploit in the Rise with the golems and the mages in the dungeon, does that mean that they banned characters that were exploiting that exploit?
That's a good question.
I didn't hear about anybody getting banned for abusing that exploit.
Things that make you go,
Which exploit?
Gix is walking around in tidy whities holding a jabbering bird. No, he's holding the new lamp.
I've got to go find Obi on it.
Yeah, he just took a wander. He took a wander around. Here he comes.
He went to the bathroom.
He had to go looking for the outhouse and decided, you know what?
He's looking for the rest of his body. I love this shit, I tell you.
Yep. Yeah. See, what he's doing is he's protesting our show for dragging on.
Yes,
Because
and
we
we are running
out of time.
very, very, very quickly. But we're going to go ahead and let's finish up what we're covering right here, right now, and then we will wrap up.
No, I already clicked off of it. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm ready for the calendar.
Oh, okay. I will then get the calendar
Because
up on.
I'm pretty sure that someone's gonna smack you around if their information isn't provided to everybody. So today is
I'm sure
Thursday,
you're gonna do that.
March 30th. I don't know. Today, Thursday, March 30th. All times on the community calendar are Central Standard Time in the real world, but we prefer to refer to it as New Britannia Time, or in Led Zepp's case, Nude Britannia Time. Today at noon, 3-6. Oh, actually, important information.
That's right.
New information. We are no longer broadcasting the show every 3 hours on WRFB.
That is correct. That is absolutely correct. It is not on the calendar today, but if you peek at tomorrow's calendar, you will notice the replays are now on the calendar for people to see when they are. And again, we do the live show at noon. It'll replay at 6, 12 midnight, and 6 a.m. That's it. Only 3 replays.
So 6 and 12, yeah. And don't forget, so 6 and 12, so no more 3 and 9. Yay.
Yes.
So
that's to make way for the DJs, so we don't have any conflict, as well as just not to, we have our reasons.
YouTube. Okay, today at noon, 6 midnight. 2 idiots don't know what they're doing.
12 and 6 around the clock.
12 and 6 around the clock. 2 idiots don't know what they're doing as they interpret the news so you don't have to on a show called Lunch with Laz and Jack.
With
WRFB. Today at 4.
WRFB.
Today at 4 on AR. Golden Wings Going Country. At 7 p.m. The Phoenix Republic is hosting their PvE nights. Contact Malhari or Kazan Phoenix Fire for more information. At 7 p.m. on WRFB.
WRFB.
The 70s at 7. At 8 p.m., you need to tune in to the Hearth of Britannia's Dragons.
Rustic Dragon.
Rustic Dragon. Yay! For all of your Ultima lore, as well as discussions about Shroud of the Avatar.
And the Hearth of Britannia.
Hearthofbritannia.com.
Upcoming Hobloth chat. All sorts of great stuff out there at the Dragons Meets.
Fun stuff be had by all. At 8 p.m.
But even funner stuff.
Even more funner stuff for everybody else. Justin is coming on WRFB.
WRFB.
Unmedicated Schizophrenia, Part 2.
Oh, Part 2. That's right. 2.
Yeah.
Forget. Tune in to your ether.
Nurse Justin spinning those tunes for you. Taking your requests.
Hailstorm will be played.
Or not.
Or Porn Star Dancing. Or a few other.
Porn Star Dancing, you got a better chance at.
Yeah. Hailstorm, I think you got a pretty decent chance at, too.
Excuse me.
At 10 p.m. on AR, Ember Flames doing Temper Tantrum T-Days. And the final event of the evening on WRFB.
WRFB Radio Free Britannia
is the Record Room, and that's our community calendar for this Thursday, March
30th
in Shroud of the Avatar.
40. That's right, folks. Release 40 is live. We will be bringing you a whole lot more information and coverage. And again, just bringing you the entertainment value that we can only bring you here on NBN live 5 days a week. With my partner sits there shaking his head going, I don't know.
What entertainment. No one would ever laugh at us.
No,
they're not laughing with us, they're laughing at us. That's what it is.
Right. We, at least we know the difference,
Yeah.
We laugh in your general direction.
Yes.
That's right. You're laughing in our general direction. There you go. Peanut Gallery's been quiet out there tonight, but that's okay today.
Very, very quiet.
We must have them mesmerized from all.
They're plotting.
They're plotting our downfall because they're still trying to grasp what you mean by.
No, they're trying to figure out how they can make dancing in the windows and use this setup to put on cabaret, I'm sure.
The fun part is they have to remember that they need some light sources behind them while they're dancing in the windows.
That's right.
Yes, there it comes out. That way we can see you dancing in the windows. Otherwise, you're just dancing in the dark.
Is that light box dancing?
Well, it's a good song. It's not a good video.
Yeah, good song.
All right. Well, we're going to have to start wrapping up again. We're going to remind you that NBNN is a proud sponsor of SodaCon Austin 2017. If you need more information, go to sodaconaustin.org where you can get the latest information. If you can't find what you need, contact me. I'll point you in the right direction. Remember, those VIP tickets are sold out. Prices are going up starting tomorrow. Starting Sunday. What day is it? Prices going up starting
2 days.
Saturday, the price goes up. So if you need those tickets at the cheap early bird price, get them now. Of course, I'm going to thank all of our sponsors out there for their support they show us. We are short in time today, and I know they understand and appreciate it, that we spent a little extra time having a good time today. And, of course, last but not least, we love you guys for coming and join us and having a good laugh, dancing in the background, laying down your avatars so we can have a good joke or two, and just joining us in general. Again, we can't do the show without you guys here to have some fun and join in on the shenanigans. And we'll be back with more tomorrow here, and we will be covering, hopefully, most of the rest of the stand-up notes and just loads of other information that we have for you guys here on NBNN. Meanwhile, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Stay tuned for more news, sports, entertainment, crazy wild happenings, the latest hijinks and shenanigans right here inside Shroud the Avatar. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a great day, and we'll see you all tomorrow for the weekend roundup.
One time at band camp, Frodo was playing the flute and stuck his auto attack on, and I stuck my auto defend on. It was like a music therapy education.
What?
I have no clue
how to respond to that.
What just happened?
I don't know, but we caught it on tape, whatever the hell it was.
What was that?
At
Your
band
sound
camp.
clip.
Clear.